Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in your day. Thank you as always for choosing to make chemistry part of your day. Do not confuse what we're about to do with the last video. Naming of covalent and ionic are very similar, but subtly different and importantly different. So the first thing with any of these compounds you have to do is determine, is it ionic, is it covalent? And really the first element's going to give us that clue. If it's a metal, it's ionic. If it's a non-metal, it's covalent. So, with that emphasis over, let me slam the board down and move on. All right. So, last time we talked about naming ions, and it was cation and anion. So we're going to do the very helpful cation-like space anion-like. So what do they mean by cation-like and anion-like? Well, remember the periodic table with that little funky ladder thing going on in the middle of the right-hand side? Well, the closer you are to that funky thing, the more cation-like you are. The further away from it that you are, the more anion-like you are like. Terrible grammar. My assault on the English language continues. So we got that, right? And all the nonmetals live over here. This is your more anion-like, and this is your more cation-like. So depending on your distance from that staircase, the further you are up and right, the more anion you are like, and the further down and left you are, the more cation you are. Okay. With that being covered, let's move on. And then that's really, we just put the element name. Element name, space, element name, and then we put prefixes in front for how many atoms we have. Well, we have to know what the prefixes are. Okay. So, if we have more than one, we always use the prefix. And because we can't do anything the same throughout, we always use a prefix for the last one, but we never start with mono. You have to catch mono, if you will, from someone else. So 1 is mono, 2 is di, 3 is tri, 4 is tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, deca. 10 years in a decade. Okay, so those are our prefixes. What does this look like? So we're going to convert from name to formula. So carbon monoxide. So notice there's no prefix on the carbon. First thing, and you guys know this, you've already heard carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Those sound normal. If I said monocarbon monoxide, I hope that sounds weird. So that's not right. We know that's not right. So again, we use the mono prefix, but only with the second word, not the first. I want to do an example to emphasize that. So carbon, we know that one. That's C. Mono is my prefix. Oxide's my element, so that's O. And I'm done. One of each. And I'm done. So that wasn't too bad. I think these are easier than ionic. Di is my prefix, which means 2. Nitrogen is N, so it's N2. Tetra, remember all the pieces in Tetris are... All the pieces in Tetris are made of 4 squares. So it's 4s on top of 4. That's why it's Tetris. Tetris 4. Oxide is for oxygen, and it's N2O4. And if you're wondering why we have to do all the prefixes, it's because the nonmetals tend to combine in more than one ratio. So CO, CO2, NO, NO2, N2O4, N2O3. There's a lot of these combinations, so we have to differentiate between them. Sulfur is just S. Hexa is a prefix, 6. Fluoride is for fluorine, so it's SF6, and we're done. So hopefully that's not too bad. A little bit harder, but not bad going the other way. And I always invite you, when I put up something like this where there's problems, pause it, try them, then play it, see if you got it right. Good way to learn, active learning. So P is phosphorus. And we don't have to put anything out front, because there's only one of it. Then we got to do 5, leave a space, penta. And then Cl, chlorine, becomes chloride. So much like the ionic naming. Now we have a 2, so we do have to put the prefix out. Dichlorine, hexa, oxide. This is going to be dihydrogen. Leave a space. Now this is the second one, so we do have to put the prefix in. So that's going to be monosulfide. And then we have prefixes for both of these. But, aha! Did I catch you? What do we notice about that first element? Where is it? It's to the left of the staircase. That's a metal. Dr. Wirgo is seeing if I could catch you. Aluminum oxide. The main group metal, main group non-metal. We just write the elements. Aluminum oxide, boom, done. Hopefully I didn't catch you and you caught on to that, although it's easy when you get in a routine to do that. So again, try to mix them up when you practice. The book will lay them out where they do all the covalent, all the ionic, but mix them up when you're practicing so that you're getting used to identifying atoms when you start. And that's it. Hope you're doing well, and hang in there.